On this week's episode, we talk about the Hockey Hall of Fame, NBA signings and trades, and our baseball fisticuffs. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 22, season 2, Points Penalties. For all our listeners, we'd like to remind you to please subscribe wherever you get your podcast. For all our viewers on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel by clicking the little P&P button in the bottom right-hand corner of this video. No matter how you check out P&P, give us a like and follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Points Penalties. My name is Josh. With me are my co-hosts, Jesse and Kevin. Peter's away today. Kevin, got to start with you, buddy, especially with that awesome shirt on. What are you drinking tonight?
Well, it's not Murphy's, even though we did do a little walkthrough. It's not Murphy's. I'm having an original extra strong beer. It is an 8.6%.
Oh, shit.
And it's imported from Holland.
Oh, shit.
Oh, an international.
Oh, shit. An 8.6.
Yes, sir. Let's just crack this bad boy open. She's definitely a strong beer, boys. So I would normally pass this on to Pedro, but obviously he's mentioned she's not here today. So Sneezy, what's your poison?
So I'm going back to one that was on the show for a while, and it's new and improved MVP.
Oh, gee, MVP.
MVP.
It is a new recipe. They're using corn instead of rice this time, and it's got a different flavor, and it's pretty good. I've already had a few, but I'll have this one as well. Still solid as ever. Not the strongest one, not for this show for sure, but it is a good beer always on a hot day like we had today.
Right.
Yosh, did you trump me?
I trumped you. Maybe my combination trumped Kev. I don't know. We'll have to check the jury on that one. So, Kev, as you mentioned with your shirt there, you've got a Murphy's Law Distillery hoodie on Saturday. The three of us, as Peter is in Newfoundland, so he can't be part of this. But we went to the Murphy's Law Distillery and did a little tour. So it was awesome. We had a good time. Learned lots. Uncle Randy did a great job. Shout out. And so in honor of that, even though this is usually Kevin's deal, but I decided just to have a little drink of Murphy's Law, a little caramel. So I got that in a sipper today. And then after our little moonshine tour, we went to a brewery. So I figured I better support the brewery. So from Rural Roots in Elmira, I've got Sailor's Delight, and it's a 6%.
That one's a real fruity one. That's what the chicks topped me off with.
Yeah.
The IPA.
Yeah, you had a combination of what I was drinking to that one.
Oh, that is fruity.
Yeah. It's a little too sweet for me, but it is fruity.
It'll actually probably be all right with my moonshine. Maybe I can mix them.
Don't
I know. I wouldn't. Definitely would not do that.
What? Kev, what did you get there? Did you get caramel too?
Yeah, I got caramel as well. One of the reasons why I got that because Uncle Randy mentioned that it's a good combination with their apple pie. So that's why I got that one.
Makes sense when caramel apple.
Combined it.
Yeah, I got the sweet tea, which I had more or less for the fiance, but I will definitely be partaking in that for sure.
Yeah, that sweet tea one was really good.
I liked it.
They were all really good.
I like I didn't like the Warheads that much, but that's just me. I like the bourbon version of the White Light.
Yeah, the 130 proof.
Yeah.
That one was spicy, but it was good. It was better than the
tequila flavor version.
The tequila flavored one, but it was like only 40% too.
I don't think a different flavors, just the way that it was made.
It was done. Yeah.
And the time frame it sits in there just brings on different flavor profiles. But
and that pepper one, I loved your reaction when you had that the pepper one there, Yosh.
I mean, it was really good. but it was really spicy, and it was the pepper, the spice, the habanero that I wasn't expecting to be that hot, but it was quite good. And I should probably get some to make Caesars, but I haven't made a real Caesar in a long time. Like I just buy them, right? It's so much easier.
So lazy.
Yeah. Oh, I used to make Caesars.
You'll probably do it for camping though, won't you? Or no?
No.
Or too much crap to bring.
Too much shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Way too much shit to bring. Just buy the can, shake it, and then get your hangover cure over.
That's right. All right, guys. So in the opening, I talked about a baseball fisticuff, and this must have been a big one if we're talking about it here on this big show, Points Penalties. So, Jess, I'm going to roll it over to you, and why don't you tell us what happened here?
Yeah. So this all started on last Saturday. I forget who got hit. I think it was like Trout. Almost got it was a high inside pitch near his head, and then the following Sunday, tensions were high, and I can't remember the pitcher's name, but it was Winker got hit right before someone else on the Mariners as well. So, and he was really, really pissed off. And the whole Mariners bench wanted to get the pitcher thrown out. Andrew Wantz. They wanted to get him thrown out, and then he just started. Jesse Winker went over to the dugout and just wanted to pick a fight with the whole team, and then everyone came out, escalated. They were throwing a lot of punches from both Winker and JP Crawford. It was wild. It was a long brawl. Bullpens emptied, and the manager's getting pulled off for LA, and I think it was like the interim manager too. It wasn't the original one. So yeah, so Phil Nevey, he got suspended for 10 games for intentionally throwing by pitcher Andrew Wantz. So I guess he asked him to do that. And then third baseman Anthony Rendon was suspended for 5 games for his actions, and he's done for the season too. So his suspension will go into the following year. And yeah, the pitcher Andrew Wantz is suspended for 3 games. Assistant pitching manager Dom Chitty 5 games, and an old J, Ryan Tepera, was suspended for 3 games, and Raisel Iglesias got suspended for 2 games for his actions, which were pretty funny, which I'll get to later. And then there's a bench coach and a couple other things. So the Mariners, the main guys were Jesse Winker and JP Crawford, and then Julio Rodriguez was suspended as well. Winker got 7, and Crawford got 5, and Rodriguez got 2. So this was really intense. Like I said, it went on for a long, long time, and the punches were thrown a lot. And then Raisel Iglesias, who was teammates with Winker in Cincinnati, fucking decided to throw a box of seeds, and he launched this thing. It actually went pretty far for how it went, but it was ridiculous, and just pretty much restarted back up again. Just him trying to go fight the Mariners and everything like that. So it was pretty crazy. And the Angels and Mariners will play 8 games in 11 days. So these guys this is a series to watch. This is an intense fucking AL West battle that I want to see more of too. And for me, the brawl, it, like, you don't want to see violence and everything like that, but man, was it exciting. Like I haven't seen a brawl like that in a long time. You don't see it at all anymore. So it was interesting. Obviously, you don't want people getting hurt or throwing punches and stuff like that, but it was a spectacle.
Who was the dude that had the cast?
I don't know. Maybe it was Anthony Rendon, because you said he was injured already, right? So he's done for the season. So it might have been him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought this was like I said, just you don't want anybody to get hurt in these fights or whatever, but it does make a ball game. It's a typically slow, boring ball game, or can be anyway. Pretty exciting. So I think what I read into this was that the Mariners threw, like you said, at Trout's head, type thing. Whether it was intentional or not, who knows? And then they came back the same game, I guess, and throw it up into Julio Rodriguez.
That's what it was. It was up in
area, and then that spilled over to the Sunday, and then they put in the Angels put in an opener. So normally a bullpen guy is this Wantz or whatever, and basically went out there to plunk guys, and that's why this whole fucking thing kind of blew up. Because if it was just a regular starter, right, he's probably not going to go and plunk a couple guys right off the bat in the new game. So it makes sense to go and say, hey, bud, you're a reliever. We're going to need you to go plunk a couple guys. Then I'll bring in my starter to finish the game off. But well, like I said, it was crazy. Lots and lots of suspensions. Like I said, it'll be interesting over the next handful of days here. I guess so. That'll be.
It would have been probably the Friday, maybe even Thursday. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But the Friday to Sunday, this should all happen on a Sunday, and then this coming week as well.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. Although half of their players won't be playing and coaches. so who knows what that'll bring in terms of competitiveness, but probably fine, really. But looks at things.
Well, not a lot of big names were like Jesse Winker. He was a superstar last year, but he's not been that great this year. Yeah. And JP Crawford was big at the beginning of the year. He's slowed down a lot too. Rodriguez is more of a hit.
Yeah, it's J-Rod and that aforementioned Ryan Tepera. No.
Iglesias. Is that what you're talking about?
No, Ryan Tepera, the XJ. That's it.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it was a joke.
Iglesias, okay.
It's a joke.
Iglesias is a pretty good reliever, closer, so it sucks that they lose them, but they're not going anywhere. LA has a lot of the Angels have a lot of good players, but they can't seem to win.
Yep.
What I got out of this, like you see benches go, you see bullpens running, but usually it's just a gathering. Like it's just a little shove, push. But this one, man, I'm telling you, there are some like punches landed. It wasn't just, like some random like squirrely like this. I mean, there are punches that were just being connected, and just this was like wow. I mean, it's like you said, Josh, nothing more exciting than watching a full out baseball brawl.
Yeah, man, it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
it's just UFC right there.
Yeah, but I was just shocked, and I mean, as coordinated as these guys are, man, they can't throw punches. But this one, oh yeah, man, punches were being landed. It was just unreal.
A lot of connected punches in baseball. Don't you remember fucking
Bryce Harper?
Yeah, Ruben Odor getting Batista.
Oh yeah, Jose. Yeah,
he got.
Oh yeah.
Good. Yeah. Now he didn't fall over or anything. He took it, but he connected.
Yeah, well, I mean, he had Nolan Ryland had this one guy in a headlock, and he was just feeding him. I mean, remember that?
Yeah. I don't remember that watching it, but I remember seeing the highlights years later.
It's funny how we celebrate it, but we're like, oh, no violence. But there'll be something on TSN or anything. Best brawls.
Yeah, it probably will be.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah, but it was crazy that the umps didn't like get rid of the Wantz guy right away, like because that's what Seattle was asking for right away, like especially the bench, and then Winker heard something from the other dugout, and then he wanted to take on the team.
Yeah, went off the hook.
and Rice like Iglesias too, like it was like a good 6 minutes before he threw the seats back onto the field after they had all split up. But there was multiple times where they thought the thing was under control, and then they would just like pile back onto each other again.
I always find when the bullpen's clear, it's funny because they all run into the pile and then they just stand there.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just start beating the shit out of each other as you're running in?
Yeah.
They pull guys off because they're supposed to be cooler heads for the most part, right?
For sure.
But yeah, it is kind of ridiculous that they're both running out of like the same area.
Yeah, like you watch that video, like there's a bunch that are just running side by side, like they're chatting on their way in, like, and maybe they are, right? Maybe they're you stupid fucks or whatever,
Well, that's the thing. The Jays in their home stadium is the two ones in left field and the other one's in right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, that's fair. Speaking of the Jays.
Speaking of the Jays, they did not have a great weekend. Got their asses kicked by Tampa a few times. And the Jays are now 44-36, 14 games back of the Yanks in the AL East. And during this June, these June games, they went 15-13. So that's not going to get it done for these guys. That is pretty bad. And they're only 16-18 in against the division this year, which is it's worse. A tough division. So like it is what it is, but you still got to be better than that to be able to even get close to the Yanks. Now, the good news, the Jays do have the best OPS in the MLB, which at 762, fifth in home runs, and Vladdy's leading that for the Jays. Third in RBIs, the Yanks are the first there. Second in doubles, Boston is first there.
Fuck Boston.
Fuck Boston. And third in average with 261. So the offense has finally shown up for us, which is what we expected. The problem is the pitching has gone downhill after a pretty decent start. And as I've been saying through the podcast a bunch, you know, like once you get into the warmer months, you're going to see a lot of offense take off and pitching going down. And the Jays have gone down really bad. They are the 10th worst in ERA and tied for the 7th most home runs given up. So it's been a tough go for the pitching. But
yeah, man, you got that Kevin guy. He got his foot. I mean, he got hit hard to the point where he couldn't even go after the ball. Thank God that back catcher, whoever it was pretty quick. I don't think it was Kirk.
It's been Moreno then.
Yeah,
it wasn't Kirk. It was Moreno.
He was quick.
Danny's not playing, so
he was quick and got there and got the out. But yeah, I mean, Kevin was down, and then I was like, "Oh no, here we go. There goes another starter."
Well, that's the other thing, right? Losing Ryu, although he wasn't pitching great, is a still a hit to your rotation. And Kikuchi is what I thought he was going to be, serviceable at best. And the other guys are doing great, but that's and hopefully Gossman is not having issues, but hopefully, like you said, I think Jesse yesterday said his X-rays came back negative, so that's good. I'm not sure if we've heard anything beyond that, but. Yeah, they're hit and miss right now, right? hit on the offense, miss on the pitching.
Like we got Manoah, who's been pretty good. Barrios has been horrible, like one of the worst pitchers in the league this year. He is just being bad, and for a guy that was supposed to be our ace. Gosman had a tough June as well. I heard that he was tipping his pitches.
Wow.
Yeah. So they got him a softball glove. He was playing with a softball glove out there.
Nice.
And just so he could hide the ball more in there when he was doing it. So the guys on second couldn't tip the batter off. But yeah, so that's sucks. I don't know if he's probably going to see a stint on that deal. I don't know if it's been done yet, but they need him back badly because without Manoah, we are in trouble. And shit. Although Ross Stripling has been pretty good.
Yeah, I got no qualms with him. Although, did he pitch today? I think he pitched today and got beat up, but.
After I just said that. Well, anyways. I think we all are on the same page here where what the Jays need most for this trade deadline coming up, and that is pitching. Traded for a bunch of that last year. It helped us at the end, but now we're still struggling, and they kept a lot of the same guys too. So it kind of sucks.
Definitely sucks. And I haven't heard of any rumblings of who they might be looking at, even in the pitching realm. Like I keep hearing Andrew Benintendi, and I'm like, why do we need Andrew Benintendi? Like I don't get why we need to add another outfielder. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So,
Well, it's just
unless you're freeing up to get rid of some more, though. I mean, if you've got so many out there, you got more to dump off to probably get your pitchers.
maybe, yeah, I guess. But that seems like it's, I don't know.
Yeah. It's a bit ridiculous if you have, like,
kind of counterproductive to me. Just go get a fucking pitcher.
a
Couple. Yeah. Like 3 of them. 2 starters and 2 bullpen guys.
Have you heard anything about Nate Pearson yet?
No, just
we cannot keep our prospects. They're supposed to be top 10. Like Manoah wasn't supposed to be there, but he's been dominating, which is awesome. We love that, but he was not on a bit high on the prospect list.
I think that guy's only going to get better. The guy's still young. He still has a bit of control issue, but he's only going to get better.
Yeah, Manoah's going to continue for sure.
He's lighting it up, man. It's wild how good he is.
The last I remember hearing on Nate Pearson is that they were, they still wouldn't throw out the idea of him being a starter, but he was pitching like a reliever would. So, and it is what it is. If you can't be the starter, then be a great reliever. So, and he's got the juice. He's got the velo. So,
velocity for sure.
Do it, and as a relief guy, you can go with 2 pitches, right? So if that's all, if he can't throw a curveball or whatever the issue is, or locating stuff over the course of being a starter, then let's push him hard to be a reliever, and maybe he can be the Ross Stripling of last year, right? The long man type thing, the Thorntons, and if you can put a guy that can throw fireballs for 3 or 4 innings, let's get her done.
You don't want to try and get him into the closer role?
I mean, maybe, but do you want to move Romano now?
I'm like I think he's had a few opportunities squandered for sure, but he's been asked to do a lot this year so far, and he had a lot to do at the end of last year too. So he might be a little bit overused, but
a little fatigued, yeah.
Yeah. I think he would be a great closer. I've been saying this for a while, but you're saying that he's got to develop another pitch. I think he just needs to stay on the fucking ball diamond.
No, I don't think he needs another pitch. I'm saying that, like, if he as a starter, if he's rolling with 4 or 5 pitches, as a reliever, you can go with 2. Right. So he can just focus on those 2 pitches, focus on continually locating them, and maybe that's what gets him back to the bigs and playing in high leverage situations, or at least medium leverage situations as a reliever.
Any situations, like I said, he's got to be on the diamond because he has been injury prone.
100%.
So this is pretty much the halfway point of the season for the Jays. Where do you guys see them finishing?
Not where we said in the beginning of it.
100%.
Yeah. They
100%.
are far off from where they were.
Yeah. Maybe it's because all of us had some big, huge expectations for them that, our bad vibes have gone to them.
Juju.
Yeah. Maybe we should just think some bad juju on them, and maybe they'll just get better.
I mean, that worked with Teoscar.
Yeah.
I called him out, and he fucking turned it on in June.
Right. So fuck you, Jays.
Yeah, they're a ways off, but
I don't remember what I said for how many wins.
We were all over 100. I think I was the lowest because Kev, you were in.
I was at 98.
Yeah,
I was at 98,
and then you switched it
102.
So I'm
just because you went to 101. Yeah, I just wanted to outbid you 1.
It's on the dock somewhere.
Yeah, well, we can find it. It just takes a while. If only we had somebody like categorizing everything and making it really easy to find anything. We need to pay people for that. Not going to happen. I would say, so what are they, 44 and whatever now? The old G's. I'm going to say that they are going to, I'm saying like 95 wins still. I think they're going to have a big second half.
That would
That'd be really big.
That'd be the exact same though, pretty much, right?
That's what I mean. Like it's
it's one win more.
Well, no, because they're 44, so that'd be 88. So I'm saying they're gonna do another, 5 or 6 games.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I understand. Do math.
And I'm gonna say, they're gonna make the first wild card spot. They're currently sitting in the second wild card spot, and it's Boston. So I feel like they're gonna
fuck Boston.
Who knows, man? Like you can all Tampa Bay is hurt right now too, so they're gonna get some guys back. They're gonna start ripping up. They're only half a game behind us, so it's gonna be difficult. Boston might be getting Chris Sale back too soon.
Fuck Boston.
Fuck Boston.
So you said 94, 95?
95 wins, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say I'm gonna say a little bit less than that.
It's probably gonna be a little less.
It's gonna be really difficult. Getting that first wild card is gonna be more difficult. I'm gonna say they're gonna get the 90 wins. I think they got what was it last year? 91.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna say 92. They'll improve. So yeah, they gotta turn it on with your trades or whatever. But yeah, that's where they're gonna be. I know, like not too long ago, I said that they're gonna be able to pass the Yankees, but they've just increased that lead by a bunch. And yeah, now the good thing is the Yankees are looking. Their pitching is coming back down to earth, but they're still hitting like crazy.
They're still hitting it off this earth. So,
yeah.
I mean, they're 35 games over 500. Like, 30 plus at least. Like, it's ridiculous how good they're playing right now. Like, so it's going to be hard for anybody in the East to catch them. Or sorry, in the AL to catch them, and in the East. But
well, I'm going to say guys are going to have that amount of wins there.
Oh,
86.
Shit.
86. Now, less than my 101.
A little bit. No, mine was 101. Yours
oh, sorry, yeah, 102. Yeah, 102.
All right, we think. We don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, it's going to be tough for them to finish out. Like I said, I think we're going to have to make some trades, and we're going to give up some prospects. Hopefully, they trade Grosjean, so I can get him into the MLB. So because I need him to get some service time in
for fantasy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That clicked.
And I think with what the Jays need, I'm just going to say this just because it's just going to irk you. We need outfielders, man.
You're right. Bring on the outfield. You know what? Bring on Mookie Betts. I'm fine with that.
There's someone. I mean, like
Acuna.
I don't think they'll be trading him away or anything like that.
Let's bring in Aaron Judge.
Nah, but for real, I mean, it's obviously what you guys are saying, pitching. If we need anything right now that's going to help this squad is pitching.
Yeah, man. The rest of it's pretty solid still. Like, the platoon at second base hasn't been horrible. And I guess it's mostly been Espinal, but
yeah, he's been pretty good.
Yeah. So
he's been actually really good.
And you'll take defense over offense from that position, right? So
right, but he's also producing offense.
He's producing pretty well, yeah. Definitely better than like Biggio. Although Biggio's been heating up a little bit lately, but anyway.
I'm not shaking that stuff roll with Espinal. The best thing is Mr. Kirk.
Right?
Oh yeah.
And that guy's on fire.
All-star voting. He's the first catcher by a mile.
Oh yeah.
Then there's all the Jays. Like there's a bunch that are.
It's just like last year. We're gonna have a bunch of fucking all-stars, but we'll barely get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like it's just. Like I said,
good on paper.
It's Charlie Montoya. I'm not a big fan of him. I think he needs to go.
You bring Gaston back?
No.
Sure.
Bring Cito? Come on. He tried once before and it didn't work.
It's a different game nowadays. So. Cedar would still be coaching the old way.
Well, Kev, since Peter's not here, maybe you can give us some accurate stuff in the NHL.
But we'll try and get some like a little bit more accurate than the good old Pedro. But what's going on here, guys, is what I like to talk about with the NHL is that the Hall of Fame. So there will be 6 new members in the Hockey Hall of Fame this year, and they will include Daniel Alfredsson, the Sundin twins. You got Roberto Luongo, and hopefully I don't mess her name up badly, but most likely Rikia Salian.
Sounds right to me, man.
She'll be in there, and then a Herb Carnage.
I think it's Carnegie.
So those are the guys you're going to have in your Hall of Fame of this year. But we're going to get into Daniel Alfredsson, which retired in 2014. He played like 1,246 games. His goals were 426, assists were 682, points were 1,108, power play goals were 131, shorthanded goals 25, and game-winning goals 69. Good game-winning number. Good game-winning number. He's also been the winner of the Calder Trophy in 1996. And if we're going to get into the Sundin twins, now this is something that I do remember that they would not play unless they were on the same team. Yep. They would not be traded unless both of them went. But yeah, Daniel and Henrik, they're twins that to get together in the Hall of Fame in the first year of eligibility, which is pretty cool. They combined for 2,111 points. Together over 17 years with Vancouver, Henrik took home a Hart Trophy and an Art Ross in 2010. Daniel won the Ted Lindsay, the Lester B. Pearson, and Art Ross in 2011.
Yeah, so was that like written to their contract, what you were talking about with the...
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was it written in their contract?
Yep. It was a no trade clause unless it was with the other brother. It's a business. The Vancouver Canucks don't give 2 fucks if you want to play with your brother and it's not written into a contract, right? They'll trade you if it makes more sense. So.
And I do remember Vancouver did move up to get that second pick to get the brother. Because I think they, what, 6 and 7?
That I don't know. That you need to talk to Peter.
Yeah, well, Peter doesn't know either.
That's true.
So we're going to get into the Roberto Luongo. I mean, great goalie. I think he did more for the Canadian side of things than actually the NHL. For sure. But will be inducted also for his first year of eligibility, which is pretty cool. Obviously, we all know he's a goaltender, which in 2011 was in the Cup final. Over parts of 19 seasons with the Canucks, Florida Panthers. I think he also was with the Islanders. Luongo faced 30,924 shots across 1,044 appearances. Go ahead, Josh.
I'm thinking about it, but I just don't know, so I'm not going to.
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
Anyways.
It's not fucking. It's any other sport but hockey, man.
Luongo, like I said, faced 30,924 shots across 1,044 appearances. Luongo sits 9th in career save percentage at 0.919. Never won a Vezina trophy, but got a Jennings trophy in 2011.
He never won a Vezina trophy.
Yeah, like I said, guys, the most that we all remember Luongo was for his international record is nearly unmatched with two Olympic golds, 2 World Championship golds, and 1 World Gold Cup. So there you go for the good old Roberto.
I mean, he definitely was a great goalie, but he also played at a time with a bunch of great players too, right? Like, I mean, obviously Team Canada's are always good players and whatnot, and that would probably be a big reason why he didn't do much in the Stanley Cup type thing, because the team was obviously not as good. When you have a phenomenal team in front of you, it's pretty easy to play goalie.
Yeah.
Right?
And you know,
he was
Pedro,
phenomenal to begin with.
He was very good goalie for sure. Don't get me wrong.
And you know, Pedro probably would have challenged me in regards to the third team I threw out there that Luongo played for.
Yeah.
So why don't you bitches try one?
I just checked it. Just I was just curious. I knew no one was going to challenge, but you're at the beginning. He started off with the Islanders.
Well, there you go. Look at you trying to fucking fish for a fucking a point there, Kev. Fucker.
I mean, he's really good at it.
And we had the again the Rika Salian. Will be known to hockey fans for her international play than anything else. First Finnish women's hockey player to be inducted, a 3-time European champion, 2-time Olympic medalist, and 7-time world championship. Celine is also the first Finland to become the consensus to make that team a third ranked in their country. So unreal for what she's done for the Finns and
so she's Haley Wickenheiser
of Finland.
Correct.
Finland. Yeah. And then we have this Herb Carney again. Carnegie. Herb Carnegie. Now he didn't actually make the NHL. He never played in the NHL, but he's there for the career. Was recognized when he was inducted into Canadian Sports Hall of Fame in 2001 and the Ontario Sports Hall of Fame in 2014. He died in Toronto in March of 2012 and at the age of 92. And there's your inductees, boys.
What was he then?
He was just one of the black players. That was inspiration, I guess, to
other
black players.
So I saw a post. It was either Alfredson's or Erik Karlsson's, and they were sitting side by side on a couch. And I think Karlsson told Alfredsson that he made the Hall type thing. He delivered the message. And they're sitting side by side, and Karlsson still looks like he can play hockey, and Alfredsson is looking a bit fluffy. But he's still on Daniel Alfredsson. You can totally tell who he is, and there's, hasn't changed that much and whatnot, but he definitely looks a little bit fluffier now. But hey, might as well. They're not playing hockey anymore. Ain't got shit to do.
I mean, he was like your favorite guy, right?
No, he was by far hated. He was by far hated because when Matt Sundin threw a stick over the bench or over the glass and got a penalty for it, I remember Alfredsson breaking his, and he went to go. Oh, he's like, he just dropped the stick, prick. But, yeah. Great player though, man. I mean, all these people in this hall is well deserved. Luongo, well deserved, but could have won a cup.
You know what else Louis is really good at? Twitter. Follow Louis Luongo on Twitter, and he is fucking funny. Like he always has something to say about something. Like he's good. I know Pete's a Twitter guy. He would definitely second that motion. But I can't remember what it's called. Like Strombone 39 or something like that is his tag handle or whatever. But he's pretty funny.
Well, I guess from one sport to the other, and I guess we're following back to baseball in our MVP.
This week's MVP for points and penalties is my boy, Nolan Arenado.
Why is he your boy?
Because he plays for my fantasy team. And that's why he's my boy. And he helped me out a bunch this week. This game is still really tight between me and my opponent. And I need him to come out clutch again and get me the win tonight. But he's in the MVP because he had his second cycle of his career the other night against Philly. And just
Fuck them Phillies suck.
Pardon?
Fuck, they suck.
They suck.
The Phillies?
they ended up winning the game. But just let me tell you what happened the first time. Arenado hit for the cycle. He was a member of the Rockies, and he blasted off a walk-off game-winning 3-run shot on Father's Day in 2017, which is a great way to get your first cycle. Probably one of the better ones. And then this one, he recorded his second cycle in the 8th when Philly third baseman Matt Verling couldn't field a pretty hard hit ball at him. They ruled it as a single, an infield single, and then he had a throwing error on top of it. But he was probably going to be safe even if he had it on the money because it hit him pretty hard, and it popped up in the air. And then he had a really bad throw. So this time around, Arenado, who is well known to be a Gold Glover, superstar in that, but he botched a ground ball in the 5th that led to 3 runs for the Phillies, and that ended up tying it up, erasing St. Louis's lead. And then the Phillies ended up winning 5-3. So this one's a little bit more bittersweet. It's not as great as the first cycle that he got, and it like he said, he'd rather win games, but he's happy he's got it. And we've talked about people before getting the cycle, so he's gotten 2. He's 1 behind a bunch of people that are tied there. So hopefully he can get it next week for me because I need him to do well again next week. My team sucks. But here's to you, bud. Congrats on being our MVP.
Cheers, Nolan.
Cheers, bro.
So, Jess, in your notes here, it says in 2017 when he hit that walk-off dinger that he was getting the MVP chance.
Yeah.
Did he win the MVP that year? Was he? Do you remember who won that? Or I mean, you would think that they would only typically just because a guy hit a home run, maybe he's the MVP of that game, but you typically don't chant MVP unless he's an absolute superstar and he's up.
Well, he was that.
I know, but that's what I mean. If he was so good that he was, in the race.
I am not sure who won it that year, but he was probably definitely in the race. I would think. I'm trying to think back, like who would have been like big in the NL. Nothing's come to my mind. So I don't know. Someone should look at that.
Well, pretty
Altuve.
sure
Altuve
won in 2017. Yeah.
Yeah, Altuve did it.
You just fishing then? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
If you have
Arenado didn't even get a vote that year.
If you have 2 people automatically saying Altuve, then go ahead, Jesse. Fucking challenge.
No, I'm saying he was trying to fish.
I was fishing
to see if he was.
Well, when you said Altuve, I said Altuve.
Right.
Yeah. So you're saying Jesse? You don't believe us?
No, I said I
no.
believe you.
He says he believes us.
Oh.
He asked if I was fishing, and I said yes.
It's pretty tough to talk me into one of those.
Well, I was hoping that you would say the MVP chance part, so I didn't have to go back and circle back to it, But
well, doesn't mean he would have gotten it.
I know, for sure.
But what do you want to tell us? What's happening there on the hardwood?
Well, there has been lots of movement, lots of changes, lots of signings, and a couple trades that have shaken up the 2022, 2023 season already. And we're just getting started. So I'm just going to go through a few quickly, and then I've got a couple questions for you guys on some other ones. So the Nets and Kyrie Irving, he opted into his $36.5 million player option for the 2023 season. It was reported that the Nets would be happy to lose both. So they're not necessarily happy, but they wouldn't be too upset if they lost both KD and Kyrie so that they could just kind of start fresh, because they didn't like what happened last year with Kyrie and his COVID status and the vaccination, all that. And then obviously KD is always hurt, and he didn't have a great game, and he was always disgruntled. And then you had the James Harden thing. So they kind of just want to wash their hands of everything and just kind of start fresh. It seems, but too bad. So sad for them. Kyrie opted into his $36.5 million contract, which why wouldn't you? And so fuck the Nets.
Do you think that's why KD wants out? Because Irving's they're coming back or opting in?
I don't know, man. It's hard to say. Maybe. It's
it
definitely
could also
possible.
be the Nets too, just are giving him the business, so he just wants to get the hell out of there too.
Yeah, who knows? We'll talk about KD after. Dallas Mavericks were told that their guard Jalen Brunson, who had a great playoff, he had signed with the Knicks in free agency, 4 years, $104 million. John Wall, who I'm sure we all know, he was slated to make $47 million plus after exercising his option with the Rockets, has reached a buyout with the team, and he's going to join the Clippers. So now you're going to have a if ever healthy Kawhi, Paul George, and John Wall here. So that they,
it's a nice steady lineup.
Yeah,
as long
as they can stay healthy. Yep, 100%. Bradley Beal sticks with Washington Wizards on a 5-year, $251 million deal.
Wow.
Which is one of those. It's not the super max contract, but it's one of those big max mothers. Same with Zach LaVine, although because his tenure is a little, he's got 2 years less than Bradley Beal. He gets basically the same deal, but it's only 5 years worth $215 based on his tenure. So the way that those max contracts work. And then Russell Westbrook for the geriatrics, he's going to exercise his $47.1 million option to keep playing with the Lakers. Again, that's one of those things. He's not going to get $47 million anywhere else, so you might as well play for the Lakers. Do you guys think, no matter what happens in Lakerland this year or this offseason, what do you think they're going to do? Do you think they'll be better than last year? We may have asked this before already, and if we do, I'm sorry that I'm asking it again. But now that you know that Westbrook's sticking around, you obviously know that LaBitch is sticking around. There's still talk maybe about a trade for AD. They were looking at Kyrie.
That's what I was seeing.
Obviously, that's not happening now, but
even getting KD there, I also saw it too, like reuniting the old.
That's almost dream team, man. Holy fuck!
I know. OKC, the Thunder.
Right.
When they were all there. But
I thought KD was up with the Suns and the Heat. Those were the big ones.
Well, that's where KD is. Yes, those are his preferred locations, but we'll get to KD.
I think, again, it all depends on health, man. Like you said, this is the geriatrics team. It's another year older. Fucking AD's not going to be out there. We know that he's going to get hurt again.
Oh.
And yeah, if they can trade him to get someone else that can be there and on the court and help out Westbrook and LeBron, like there is a shot here, and AD just cannot stay healthy. So I would think, because they're gonna do stuff. You obviously know that they're gonna try and make this team better.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna be better this year.
You gotta think they, if they regress, then you have to blow it up from a Lakers standpoint. Like fuck LeBron, I think you just gotta blow right up.
Lakers gonna be shit, just like last year. Lakers are shit.
They might still be shit, but Jesse's still saying that they're just at least gonna be a little better than, one game is better, right?
I'll say this: they'll make the playoffs. How's that?
No, sir, they will not make the playoffs.
I will say playoffs.
Playoffs. So they're gonna be a top 6 team in the West.
No. Like they go through the play in
and still make it. Okay. So they finish 7 or lower, 7 to 10, and make it into the playoff.
Yes,
that's what you're saying. Okay, all right.
No, they're gonna be just as shitty as they were last year.
I mean, they're both scenarios are possible. The other scenario is like they're one of the best teams in the league. That's also another scenario. But I have my doubts on that one.
Fuck.
Where do you stand on this?
I'm thinking play in, and I'm gonna say just because of the experience, they'll probably do the same adjustment. They'll probably make the playoff because of their experience through the play in. Yeah. But I don't know how much, like they're going to just be a little bit better just because it's, you're not going to be heads over tails better if you're just squeaking in to the play in. So, all right, 2019, bunch of rookies, good draft class. You had Zion, you had our boy Jaw, Darius Garland. They have all signed max designated rookie extensions with their original teams. So the Pelicans for Zion, the Cavs for Garland, and the Memphis Grizz for Ja. So they all sign $193 million contracts with possibilities to make up to $231 million, depending on each guy has a couple different things. So like Zion can do either All NBA, Defensive Player of the Year, and there was one other thing. If he were to do one MVP, I think if he does one of those three, then he'll get bumped up to the 231 million. Where I think Darius Garland, all he has to do is be all NBA type thing. So, but I mean, either way, there's a lot of money on the table for these guys at 193 million, and they can definitely bump it up another chunk. And like Darius Garland, yeah, maybe, I guess it's worth it. Maybe not. Morant is for sure worth it. And the Zion, I don't know. You think it's worth it. He's the number one pick. He was a beast in college. But I just don't know if he can stay healthy.
Man, that's the thing. Like he's just so massive. And
yeah, he has slimmed down over the past little bit here. Like, well, he's been recouping from injury and whatever, but he's a massive boy.
Mm-hmm. So like you said, yeah, out of all these guys, Ja's probably the only one, and then Zion has like monster potential.
Monster, yeah, for sure.
But he has to think. I'm not sure if you guys said, but he has to be healthy. Zion. I mean, this guy, he was just pure dominant. But it's just, I mean, this guy's a big boy. But stay healthy, man, and let's see what this guy can do. Because I mean, being the number one pick, I mean, you got to show your potential. But if you have not playing games because of injuries, I don't know, man.
Josh, do you even know anyone else on the Pelicans? Like, I'm drawing a blank here. That anyone else that's good that can actually help his team?
JV.
Oh,
Jonas Valanciunas. There is one more guy for sure.
That's another guy that has injury history too, like of being hurt a lot.
I think he was all right this year though. I think he was on the court.
He still, for me, he still carries that injury prone like stamp. So just be maybe if he doesn't, like you said, he's got to slim down and get him some help so he doesn't do everything.
Well, what was his issue last year? Was it his knees or?
Brandon Ingram is one of the other guys that's there. Just came off the top of my head. I mean, I'm pretty sure that his knees have been issues because he's so fucking big and he's a dunker. So he's jumping up, he's coming down hard on those knees. So I'm sure.
Was that what it was this year though? Or was it his knees or is his foot?
Sure. I'm not sure, Kev. I unfortunately do not know. It's not into checking out his injury history before the show. My bad. I should have. Then I would have had the answer for you. All right, the Raptors. They have re-signed Thaddeus Young, 2-year deal, $8 million base for both seasons, plus 500 G's in incentives, and just $1 million of it is guaranteed in 2023-24, which makes it pretty valuable. Like it's a value deal, not valuable, but a value deal. And he's a solid guy. He's a solid player, serviceable. He's not gonna wow you. We all know what you're gonna get out of him, but he's also like another coach out there because he's old and experienced. And I don't mind this. It's pretty cheap.
That's very cheap.
Yeah, and no real complaints here. For me, next up, the I don't know why I have Boucher, but Boucher, Chris Boucher is re-signed with the Raptors. He did look like one of the summer's most interesting free agents because of his versatile skill set. Obviously his offensive rebounding, shot blocking, and 3-point shooting is great, and that makes, like I said, that skill set makes it enticing for other teams. So obviously Masai said, nope, not going out, not going to make it to the free market here, or we wanted to talk to him real early in the free agency, which is great. And so we got him back, 3 years, $35.25 million. And I have zero problem with signing the old Canadian boy back to the TO Raptors. I like it. What they were saying was some of the big thing with Boucher is because he's so versatile. He can play, he can play forward in the regular season, but he can also jump in and play a center spot in the playoffs if need be. And we've seen that in Nick Nurse's system where it's a move everybody around and put you're going to play in some odd spots, and then some other guys flourish and can play that spot. So Boucher has been a nice addition with our team over the last while here, and we're going to see him for another 3 years, barring a trade. And I don't have any problem with that. I cannot wait to hear Jack Armstrong say Boucher for the first time in 2022, 2023. It's hopefully right after he says bonjour. What do you guys think on Thad Young and Boucher being re-signed?
Good. I like it. I mean, they're young. I mean, I like the old guy. I mean, like you said, Yosh, he's got some, tenure. He's got some, skills. He can sit there and pass on to the youngins. I mean, Toronto's only going to get strong. We won one. We can definitely do another one. It's just a matter of getting that the chemistry, the right people on the court. What do you think? I'm sure there's a KD thing still coming into this, but
yep.
Can Toronto land KD? And if they do, what do they need to? Are they going to have to get rid of people to do so, or can they do it without getting rid of?
100%. Let's leave KD because we're almost there, but 100%. We got a conversation about KD.
One more time. Just shut up about KD.
Yeah,
you got a hard on.
Well, I knew that it was going to be a big topic. So
I got some cooking in the background, man. So just
yes,
I smell the KD going, and I was just wondering what's going on with KD. And
gotta take that pot off the lid. So what I think of this is it doesn't move the needle for me in either direction. Thad Young, when we got him, I was like, meh.
Yep.
Like I'd rather have that first round pick that we had just to pick. I know we only moved up a couple spots.
Yeah.
It wasn't too many, but it was still, those spots could have been useful, I would have thought. And like he had some experience. He helped definitely out in the playoffs a little bit, obviously not enough, and getting to the playoffs too. Boucher, like you said, he's versatile, but he doesn't do any of those things very, very well.
Yeah, he doesn't excel at any of them. Like he's not a superstar at anything.
And that's like, it's awesome. And that's what makes him so good for the Raptors, because they exchange people out all the time. Like Nurse is always mixing and matching, whereas players are. And someone like Barnes can really thrive in that. And Boucher does a pretty good job too. Mm-hmm. But I want someone he's got a set role for the most part. Because like sometimes he's getting tons and tons of rebounds, and other times he's not, and or his shooting percentage from the 3-point line is pretty good, and then it's horrible. Uh-huh. Like the consistency with him is what bothers me. So don't get me wrong, like I love Boucher, but he had a slow start last year, and he just doesn't move the needle for me anymore. I like him because he's Canadian, but I think we needed something big. Like even the contract he signed is not that bad.
No,
like it's cheap. I think
for sure.
and so it's not horrible that we have them, but maybe we'll package these guys up and get someone big, maybe. But I think
We'll get to that in a minute, Jesse. Just calm down.
Yeah, fucking relax, Jess.
I didn't say anything about KD.
All right, so some trades in the NBA. The shitty Boston Celtics.
Fuck Boston.
They've acquired Malcolm Brogdon from the Indiana Pacers. Pacers get a 2023 first-round draft pick and 5 players from the Celtics in return, including lots of guys, including Daniel Tice and the 2020 first-round pick, Aaron Naismith. So Brogdon's pretty damn good. Versatile 6'5" guard, and he will definitely help Boston in a variety of ways offensively, both as a passer, and he is a career 37% plus 3-point shooter. But like Boston already has, he's another long, rangy defensive guy. And that always bodes well for your defense. If you got long arms and you can contain guys, that's obviously is a good thing. So there's that trade. And, like all the other guys are going back are meh. It's just value guys really. Like one of the other players is Nick Stauskas. Like he was from, as we talked about him last week, I think. Like he's Mississauga, but it's like he's not nothing.
Massaugan. He's a Massaugan.
He was a pretty good player in Michigan, but didn't do much in the NBA. So some of those contracts are just going back for some cash and that type of thing. Big trade though, which we thought might be coming to Toronto. There was rumors. Rudy Gobert.
COVID.
Well, yeah, he's the COVID guy, right? He was the first one. So the Jazz agreed to trade Gobert to the Minnesota T-Wolves in a big blockbuster that's going to pair him, Gobert that is, with fellow all-star big man Cat, Karl Anthony Towns.
Wow.
T-Wolves send Malik Beasley, Pat Bev, Jared Vanderbilt, Leandro Bolmaro, and a number 22 pick, Walker Kessler, and 4 first-round picks to the Utah Jazz.
Is this guy that good?
I mean, he's amazing
defense. Is he that good?
Awesome.
Yeah, he's
to get rid of like that many, that amount of players as well as a pick. That's a lot for one dude.
Yeah. So Utah gets first-round picks in 2023, 2025, 2027, and then a top 5 protected pick in 2029. And so just a while back, you told us that you can't trade consecutive first-round picks or consecutive second-round picks. So these guys are saying, we're just taking Rudy. We don't need our first-round picks. We got Rudy and we got Cat, and we don't need any more first-round picks for the next 3 out of 5 years.
Taking the Rams approach on this.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they've gone on and fucked up there, bro.
They gave a lot up.
It is a lot. It is a lot, and I'm kind of glad because I really wanted Rudy Gobert really badly for the Raptors because I think big man center is what we've been asking for forever. But I would have been upset if we gave.
I would have been upset too. This is a lot.
If I had a microphone out in front of me, man, I'd be licking my fingers and touching it, but I don't. So,
COVID.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot of players. It's a lot of picks. Like Malik Beasley, Pat Bev are not bad players at all. Because the other 2 guys plus the pick, like the latest pick, and then of course all these new picks. It's just nuts. They're putting all their eggs in one basket here. The T-Wolves with Cat and Rudy, and we'll see how it goes with the 2 big men there. Some big boys there in Minnesota. So,
that's too much pressure on that Rudy, man. I mean, like, holy fuck. I mean, I know for me to walk into Minnesota thinking I just got rid of 4 of your fucking players and a first-round pick. Well, how many of the picks they got? Like 22 pick for Walker. Right. So that's huge, dude. That's huge to sit there and put on one dude to come in. I mean, your GM is very smart or he's fucking really stupid.
But he's not coming in there to save the franchise by himself. Like Karl Anthony Towns carried the team to at least they got it into play-in, right? So like adding Rudy is going to be huge. And I get it's a lot to give up, especially in the
Fucking
futures,
right.
but
That's huge.
they're banking on the next 4 years or so, 3 or 4 years of Cat and Rudy going to town.
How old's Rudy? You're gonna put him at what? Is he still in his 20s or is he like late 20s,
I'm
early?
gonna say he's in his late 20s. He's gonna be turning 30 pretty soon.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's still got lots of time to play.
I mean, that's when you normally get your peak, right? They just say that within your 30s, you're on your prime.
He's in his prime for sure. It is a lot to give up, but that's what you got to do to get these guys that you need, right?
Yeah.
And now it's setting precedent on what KD might go for. I know we're gonna get to it, but still.
Holy fuck, Jesse! Relax on the KD, okay, man.
We're really close. We're really close.
I know. Just one other thing about Malcolm Brogdon. I didn't think he would have been worth this much. Like he's a decent player, but like it seems like a lot that the Boston gave up to get him.
Fuck Boston.
Yeah, fuck Boston. But like I'm not upset by it. But I just like I don't mind him. Like I would have liked if the Raptors got him because we need 3-point shooting really badly, or more people that can actually do that. But I didn't think he was all that hot, but like he was a great 3-point shooter, and that's like kind of what you need. But it seems like they gave up a lot for him to be.
Yeah, I mean, 5 players in a pick. You know, like I said, the players aren't shit hot guys, right? So it's the pick and then some backups, really.
And one of the picks was a former first rounder too.
Well, yeah,
I don't know where he was taken.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, like he obviously didn't work out. But it just seems, yeah, I don't know. I thought he was like I want him, but I still thought that was a lot too. It's not as much as Rudy, obviously, but Rudy's one of the better.
All right, so just to finish up on Rudy here, does this trade make Minnesota a top 4 team in the East?
So what do you got? You got the Suns, you got Warriors.
No, in the East.
Oh, the East, okay.
Minnesota's in the East. So you got Miami. I don't even know. Philly, I guess. And Milwaukee, Boston, Minnesota, Toronto.
And the Nets, we're assuming the Nets are going to just fall apart.
And then, yeah, whoever else. Like, yeah, who knows about the Nets, right? They could be great. They could be shit. We don't know. Probably. Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe Ben Simmons and fucking Kyrie hit it off and they fucking, maybe they end up being good. But anyway, do you think so? Is that because I think they finished 7th last year? Pretty sure that's where they finished, and then went into the play-in, lost. Pretty sure because they didn't make the playoff. So does this push them up into that upper, at least into the playoff, like make the play out the top 6?
I don't really think one player does that, though, man. I don't think one player can sit there and then just make that team that much better. There's 5 on the court. It's not a one-player sport. I don't see this just making Minnesota that much better. But, I mean, they can definitely put him in contention. I mean, if like, how long is Rudy signed for? Would you say, Yosh?
It's gonna be a few years for sure.
So let's say like Rudy's 30. So what, he's gonna be like 34, 35 by the time his contract's done with Minnesota.
It's probably more like 33 when he's done, but something like that.
Ish. So like I said, they say like Rudy's 30 and the amount of years that he has there. I don't think that this is gonna help Minnesota. I mean, like some of these people you got rid of, maybe they're a diamond in a rough. But
yeah, I mean, it's possible.
Not really. Like Malik Beasley, maybe, or Patrick Beverly. I don't want them, but
it may help them,
man. I'm drunk on that. They're in the fucking West. I thought 100%.
That's what I thought they were.
Yeah.
Then why don't you fucking challenge, you motherfuckers? Jesus Christ.
I'm dumb. I don't know why I thought that they were in the East.
Damn it. I was like,
look at you, fucking Jesse. You could have got another one there. But again, I really don't think that Rudy's gonna help him.
You know what I was afraid of was because Josh definitely was more basketball than I. It's just like, you know what? He
I
didn't
was
challenge me.
yeah,
It's
I
good
was
that you did.
completely wrong though. Like, and now I'm looking at this and saying, like, are they? You know, I mean, the Jazz, I would think, are going to drop off a bit now.
For sure they are. I mean,
Right?
now that Rudy's gone.
So maybe those two swap it out. Like, but Minnesota was 7th. Utah was 5. Like, you get the Suns, the Grizz, the Warriors, the Mavs, the Nuggets, you know, Pelicans, if the fucking Zion can stay healthy. And then the Clippers now, like, you know, who knows what they can do if they stay healthy. It could be a tough conference for sure, but
Again, I don't think one player is going to make a big deal for a team. I mean, look what the geriatrics did. I mean, like, you brought all those fuckers on, and what did they do? Nothing.
yeah, but Gobert's a different player though. Like, he's a center. He doesn't need the ball in his hands, right? He's not the guy that has to have it. He's not the guy that
wants it.
You know, all go and take this game. Like, he takes the game over, but he doesn't take it over from a dribbling and fucking hand standpoint. Like, he just give me the ball and I'll just dunk it.
Well, he is like one of the best rebounders in the league.
Yeah, for sure. He's consistent double, like, just about every fucking night. And
he gets like the most rebounds too for any player in the NBA. Like, he's
because everybody's afraid of him, man. I mean, the guy started COVID. What the fuck? I get away from him too.
He's got the monkeypox now too. Is that what you're saying?
Monkeypox. Yeah, he's really fucking good.
So now that we're on the correct conference,
my bad.
Yeah, you're bad.
Minnesota in the top 4. So yeah, like I said, we got Phoenix, Warriors, we got Grizzlies, like, and then
the Mavericks, really.
Yeah, but then you got Minnesota. I mean,
like you said, you got the Clip. They got the Clip, which might be pretty good this year, and the Lakers. So, like, it's, if those guys get hurt again from both LA teams, then they have a chance to be in that 4th spot, I think.
I wouldn't even count the not the Clippers. I wouldn't even count the Lakers in, man. I don't know why you guys are sitting there saying that they're gonna.
But they can. The thing is what we're saying is they can overcome as long as they stay healthy. But
what? Like, I mean, the average age on the geriatrics is what, in their 30s, 35s?
It's so funny watching you just berate people that are old.
Well, I am old. I can understand. I mean, like,
I know
the wear and tear on the game.
On their team.
The wear and tear on that game or on that team is just. I just don't see the Lakers doing much. But if what you guys are talking about, Minnesota being a top 4 East, maybe.
No,
West. Sorry.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's possible, man. But you obviously got the top 3 teams right there with the Warriors, Suns, and Grizzlies, and that 4th spot is definitely open.
Well, I'll say this. I'll say Minnesota is definitely better than the Jazz this year.
Well, yeah, that should
be. We'll see whatever happens after 2029.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Gobert is 30, and he signed a 5-year contract with the Jazz, so that it would end in 2026. So they've got him for 4 years. So he'll be 34. So yeah, he's
still in his
he'll
prime.
be winding down his career after that.
Well, maybe that might send him to the fucking Lakers.
Maybe.
Keep on that geriatric fucking trend.
All right, now to the topic you've all been waiting for.
Who's in the box?
No, Kevin's dinner. The KD's got cooking in the fucking the kitchen.
That's right.
All right.
KD.
So as aforementioned, Kevin Durant has requested a trade out of Brooklyn. His preferred destinations are Phoenix or Miami.
I said that already.
Where would you guys like to see him go?
I mean, if Toronto can't pick this guy up, that would be something. I mean, that would be something, honestly, that Toronto would put them, I think, back into that realm of, championship status.
It puts any team in championship status with fucking KD on their team, man.
But
even the Lakers.
You're talking injury prone with this guy, though, man. If the guy can stay healthy and blah, blah, blah. But if if Toronto can land him, who would you be really giving up in Toronto to get him? And one, would he really come to Toronto? I mean, who'd you be giving it away? I mean, you're obviously giving away some good prospects, money, or picks.
Barnes isn't going anywhere. We know that.
I wouldn't necessarily throw anything out the window, but I would hope he doesn't go anywhere.
I would assume that he looks like a genius taking Barnes before Suggs, so he's gonna keep that genius and just fucking.
I would think so. I would hope so, but you never know. But
you know what I'm saying? I'm saying that they won't trade for KD.
Challenge, no.
We're pretty fucking close here, boys.
But you're definitely giving up. Like I think that they should do is get rid of Van Vliet, not get rid of, but like trade for him, and then maybe you can get Boucher in there with Thad, and then you're throwing in Gary probably and OG.
So you're talking about basically it's going to be like another Rudy Gobert in regards to just
players.
dumping 5 players and possible picks just to land KD.
You're probably going to throw a first in there too.
Yeah, it's not going to be cheap to get KD. So
Maybe
I don't know. I would think it's either going to be Fred would have to go or Pascal would have to go. One or the other.
Which one would you rather get rid of, Pascal or Fred? I mean, which one would? I mean, I'd rather get rid of Pascal.
I'd rather get rid of Freddie. I think. I mean, I love them both.
ICP?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, KD would probably do that and then some from what Pascal can do.
KD can do everything though, so he could be the 3-point shooter if we need him to be. I don't know.
Definitely have to be if we got rid of.
And that's what I find very sad with the NBA. It's all about the 3-point fucking shot now. It's not about your paint domination or your mid range.
All last year and it didn't work.
But it's exactly.
They weren't big enough either, though. That was too.
But I mean, it's just this 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. I mean, is that what the game's gone to? Is just 3 points and dunks? I mean,
wins. That's how you win games.
Yeah, well,
it's by having a higher score. Easier.
Then it's going to be that common fucking shit. Move the 3-point line back.
Here we go. All right, so I think I'm going to say if they can make something happen, it's going to be. This is what my trade proposal would be. Freddie. I don't want to, but OG. Maybe a guy like Flynn or Blanton.
It's like a bench player.
Right, another bench player, and then probably a first-round pick, which is a lot.
Yeah.
2 capable starters in OG and Freddie. That basically matches the same output as what you're going to get out of KD.
So if let's say KD does come, do you think KD molds this new draft pick center that Toronto got? Like kind of gives him a little bit of the ropes.
I mean, KD's not a center, so.
Well, I mean, he's a big boy. I mean, you can definitely teach him his position.
I mean, I'm sure he'll help, but that's what the coaches are for, right? Like KD needs to stay healthy, work on his body, but he's got to work on his own game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, there's obviously teaching when a teaching point is there, but that's what the staff is for, to teach the kid how to play. Plus, he already knows how to play. Like he's
been there. Yeah. I mean, that's your farm team, I guess you kind of say, besides the 905 or.
I mean, it's not really a farm team, but it's where you pick your players from. Like it's the player pool,
right?
That's my thought on if he were to come to Toronto. I don't think he's coming to Toronto.
No.
I think he probably KD always has. He's a Twitter guy too, right? So he keeps hard-ons, he keeps grudges, and I think one of you guys mentioned it yesterday when we were out golfing, or was that? Sorry, that was today. Jesus.
Challenge.
But
You can tell that Josh had a lot of sun today.
Yeah, for sure. Oh shit! I lost my train of thought.
I smelt that one too, Yosh.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, man.
My brain fart. Sorry, I was thinking about golfing and how fun it was, and completely lost my train of thought there on KD.
You said that someone had said that he might not go to a specific team because he's on Twitter.
Oh, because of his fucking. Remember when he bust up his it was his Achilles, wasn't it? That was against Toronto.
Oh,
in Toronto.
Yeah,
So,
I said that. Yeah, I said that.
So maybe he's like, "Fuck you guys." He made laughed at me, made fun of me when I had a major injury. Who knows?
And we can be assholes as fans.
I would say honestly, he not coming to Toronto would be nice. I mean, that could be a possible championship once again. But if it is the destinations that I'm seeing on my screen here, Phoenix or Miami, I'd probably say he's going to go to Miami. I mean, it's Miami's a great team. You got, I called them. They should have I called them for the win last this year, but they should have. But I think Miami's your probably better bet. You got your better shots of winning a championship there than you would be coming to Toronto.
I'm gonna go with Phoenix. I think Phoenix is the more talented team. They're gonna have to give up a bunch of stuff for him, but I think you'd rather go there than go to Miami. Like, maybe not. I still think Phoenix. I guess there's great players all over the place in both these guys, but I think Phoenix has the more talent. And you said that Ayton did he sign or did he?
No, I think he's a free agent right now.
Oh, is he?
I think so. Yeah.
What do you mean? You think? Challenge? Fuck off! No, he's not.
I mean, he was asking me a question, and
right,
I don't know.
No, you don't know. I'm going to throw a challenge just because we need one.
What are you challenging?
Nothing.
What? All right. So here's my take. I think he's going to reunite with Steph and Clay. I think he's gonna
way.
Back to San Francisco.
No way.
Yeah.
No way he does that.
I did hear about that.
If he does, man, that's just one. Just.
What's wrong with that, man?
Dynasty.
It's a dream team again, man.
Yeah.
It's unfair. The only reason that they lost against the Raptors was because they were so hurt. There were so many guys hurt on that team at that time.
And the Raptors were awesome. Best team in the league.
They were awesome, but he had a lot of issues when he left there, so that'd be weird. Do they want to deal with that drama again?
I mean, win a championship, right? It fixes a lot of things.
They just showed that they don't need him. They got Wiggins.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Wiggins would be a guy going back the other way for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. All right, gents, let's go back to some baseball. We're going to move into our penalty box here.
Holy fuck, baseball again?
Yeah, lots of baseball.
Oh, wow.
It's only the only live sport going on right now other than tennis and golf. And last week you sounded like you had your fill of golf, Kev.
I did.
All right, so Freddie Freeman's former agent, Casey Close.
It's his former, so you did get rid of him?
Yes. He fired his ass. So he is in the penalty box this week. Fox Sports radio host Doug Gottlieb tweeted an alleged bombshell of why the aforementioned Dodger star Freddie Freeman abruptly fired his agent, Casey Close. The agent obviously said, nope, that did not happen, but basically said that Casey Close never told Freddie Freeman about the Braves' final offer when he was going through free agency last year, the beginning of this season, I suppose. And that's why Freddie fired him. Obviously, Freddie was a career Atlanta Brave before moving over to the Dodgers. He is definitely emotional every time you see him in Atlanta or anything to do with Atlanta. He absolutely loves the city, loves the fans, loves the people. And for him to be blindsided by his his agent here, you know, obviously the bonds of trust are gone, and so he fired his ass, and I would have done exactly the same thing. You know, it turns out, you know, what you assume here is that Casey Close, who's saying, well, we can get more money in LA, but he makes more money. All right, the commission is larger, so Casey Close does better, and you know, pads his pocketbook a little more. Close obviously assumed, as I would have assumed, that Freddie would take an Atlanta deal, even if it was a little less than in LA. And so that's why he has made this box, because you got to tell your clients all the deals. Obviously, Close has countered with a statement saying that there's no truth to what this Fox radio host Gottlieb has recklessly tweeted, as it says. And he says that he would testify to that under oath. And he and XL Sports or Sports Management, whatever the hell it's called, they're currently evaluating all the legal options on this matter of, you know, talking shit, basically. I'm not sure what the ramifications will be of there, but yeah, exactly. So that's definitely possible. But no matter which way that rolls out, if anything were to come legally, this guy's staying in the fucking penalty box, because, I mean, obviously if it's not true, maybe we should resend the penalty box. We probably won't, but but he's got to be in the box for not telling Freddie Freeman all your options here, and being what we assume is being just a money hungry agent.
Yeah, man, that's fucked up. That's fucked up for an agent to sit there and do that to your client. I mean, that's just messed up, man. I mean, everything that you said, Yosh, anything that comes on the table to your agent, you go straight to your fucking player. You can tell Freddie was pissed. I mean, like you said, man, and Freddie would probably love to sit there and stay in Atlanta than going to LA.
For sure.
But just unbelievable as an agent that can sit there and do that. I mean, would you think that other players that this guy represents is not going to sit there and do the same thing? Like, how many other opportunities have you given me or told me that, you know, I'd rather sit there and stay with this team, but you're telling me that, you know, this give me more money? I mean, that's just not right for an agent. That's just pretty fucked up. I mean, knowing that this happened to Freddie, me being this guy's, I mean, as my agent, I'd be second guessing right now.
For sure, man.
So
your trust is for sure gone.
Yeah. So, like I said, with me being this, they're having him as that agent, who knows, man? I mean, like, I don't know if I can trust him anymore. I'd probably want it out too, just because of what Freddie did.
He might start losing some clients for sure right now. I know me and Yosh were on the same thing at the beginning of the season, or when free agency had opened, and we were like, Freddie's not going anywhere. He just won a World Series. There's not a chance Atlanta's letting him get away. And then the bombshell broke of them trading for Matt Olson. And then we were like, what the? And then they gave him a monster contract. And we're like, what the hell just happened? So it was wild. And no one thought that this was the case. And yeah, I would be pissed. I wonder I would assume the agent has to give their client every single deal that's offered to them, you would think.
Unless the client says, like, I don't bother showing me anything that's under 4 years and under $300 million or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever the number is, like.
Right, but it's his former team, like the team he's been with the whole time. So you would think that he'd be inclined to listen to any offer that they had given.
Atlanta,
for sure, yeah.
Right.
You would assume Freddie would have said, I want to hear anything from Atlanta, for sure.
But even like the number, I remember when it first got reported that there might have been a deal that happened with Atlanta giving it to them, and then the number, like there was no one like said yes, this is true, but there was a deal, is what I remember hearing. And then when they went and signed with LA, like I heard the numbers weren't that much different. Like it was definitely less for sure, because like you said, it doesn't make sense for him to, unless he's colluding, but I doubt it, to go, he was going to go with the fatter paycheck for sure, or give it to his client, Freddie. So I can't believe that this guy would do this. Like, Freddie just got you a bunch of money and stuff like that, and now you
You fuck him over.
You did him dirty, and now he's not doing any business with you. And like you said, there could be more repercussions because how you did Freddie dirty, and other clients might be like, I don't think you're good for me representation.
What did Freddie sign for LA? Because I'm with me just thinking of this. I mean, let's say he does his one stint with LA and goes back to Atlanta.
How many years did he sign with?
Yeah.
I mean, it's always possible. I'm not sure what the contract was, nor his age. So,
I mean, for me, I'd rather go back to Atlanta after this year. I mean, that's the team I'd rather be playing with.
It was multi-year. I know that.
Yeah.
So it's not. He's not like he's a free agent at the end of this. He was going for a multi-year.
Yeah.
I know that.
And I mean, there's a chance like the Dodgers are pretty good, so there's a chance that they could win the
championship.
Yeah, I mean, so then
that's
well, now what do you do, right? Like
that's probably one of the big reasons why you probably wanted to go to LA is because they have that opportunity of winning again. But don't you think Atlanta would have had that same shot if Freddie was still there? I mean, again, one player doesn't make a team.
Atlanta's doing very good this year still.
Right.
So I think Acuna just got hurt too, though. So, but they didn't need him last year. They won
again. Are you sure? I thought he just came back.
Will you someone fuck a challenge? Are you sure?
Right, I'll challenge. I'm pretty sure he just got hurt.
Okay, I think he just came off the DL or IL like within the last week or so.
Okay. Well, someone find that out. We gotta.
Someone can look this up, but I want to throw this out there too, only because it's just in regards to like what the hell was I going to talk about? Fuck it. Challenge that. Yeah, look it up. I was going to say something else. Oh yeah. With the NFL, I know there's a big, huge thing about one of the owners. While you guys are looking this up, can't the NFL do anything to the owner? Because I mean, the NFL is sitting there saying that I guess, people want this guy fired or get this guy out of that management, but they can't because he's the owner. But still, doesn't the NFL?
The NFL can force them out. They've done it before.
But the guy said, no, we can't do anything about the NFL owner. We can't do anything about the owners. We can do shit about the players, but we can't do anything about the owner. Like, I don't know the whole, like, the 411 on regards to this guy, but I know he's not a good dude. But I know the commissioner to the NFL is sitting there saying we can't kick him out. We can't tell that owner to leave and get another owner to come in.
Well, I mean, you can't just have there's not everybody with $3 billion, right?
Yeah.
Like, or whatever.
Right.
So, Jess, I just went on to our CBS fantasy thing. That was the quickest way to find some news about Acuna. He was 2 for 3 2 days ago in his return.
Yeah.
So says back in lineup on Friday.
He got hurt, and then he was out. He got hurt last Sunday, and then he was out, and it was said that he was supposed to return for this against the Cincy. So he did miss a couple games. He never went on an IL, but he did miss a couple games.
So who wins?
Because I just said he got hurt, but
and I said he just came back.
Which you're right. You're right.
So is it a wash? Or like, I don't know.
No.
You said he was hurt. He was, and I said he came back, and he came back. I think that's a wash. I don't know.
Whatever.
Kev, you're the judge here.
Wash it. Fuck it. I mean, I was just, yeah.
What else do you do? You can give each of us a plus.
No.
I like how Josh is always pushing that.
What? We would give a minus. If we were both wrong, you'd give us both minuses. So why wouldn't
you know what? Maybe
no.
We got to relook at these rules too, because we were talking about it too. Like, Kevin's gonna get a point today because of that Avalanche win, and he thought it was 2 points. I'm like, no.
It's just
I only got one, but we definitely need to increase that because it's been crazy how like often we've been calling shit. because you got the NBA, I got a few things, and now Kev had the NHL.
Yep. We're fucking accurate fucking professionals.
I know. It's like we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Only in the future, though.
I just shitty to lose a fucking minus on regards to no challenges. I mean, I
What are
had
you talking about? That was a challenge.
but nothing happened.
Doesn't
It was a
matter. It was a
wash.
challenge. Because did we
All right,
never
all
said
right,
you
all
have
right,
to get?
all right,
Did we
all
ever
right,
say that
all
you
right.
there had to be a minus or a
right,
plus?
All right,
It was just a challenge, right?
Challenge a wash, and I still
agree.
got that. All right. Okay, I'll go.
That's good
Yeah.
for all of us, right?
All right, yeah.
We didn't get minuses today. All right.
Josh, I never realized how hot you're on my trail.
Yeah, man, I'm right behind you, brother. All right, so points, penalty, scores. We did just have that challenge, which was a wash because we both said the right thing. This is awesome. Kevin, as Jesse just messaged, Kevin is going to get a +1 for calling
Colorado.
the Colorado Avalanche back in the day to
Back
win
in the
this
day.
year. Well, whatever, earlier this year, whatever. I guess it was earlier last year.
It gives me a
So
1.
you're going to get a +1 for that, Kev. We
That's
also played a round of golf. Shout out to Clint, who taught us how to play golf today as he whooped our asses.
Put on a clinic.
And he played all right. You know, shitty on his stand compared to his standards, I guess. He didn't seem like he was too happy with his round, but he stomped us. So, but I ended up pulling the big W today, even though I didn't have a great round myself. What did I have here? I had a shitty 106.
I wouldn't say that out loud, Yosh.
I just did a shitty 106.
You did it again.
Yep. And then you guys had an even shittier 110. You guys tied in second. I guess third. Second in points and penalties. So you guys somehow both get a +1.
All right.
Which Pete's not going to be happy that we gave out 4 points instead of just 3 points. But it is what it is. Fuck him. He should have been here.
Should have been here.
Should have been playing golf with us.
He would have challenged me on that Luongo for sure. That he played for the Islanders. I know for a fact Pedro would have done that.
I mean, maybe Petey knows.
No, Pete don't know shit. Pete don't know shit about the NHL.
All right. So that means that, like I said, no challenge points. So today, Kev, you put up a +2. Jesse, you had a +1, and I put up a +2. So on the season now, Pete is firmly in the basement at a -5.
Yeah.
Kev, you had a -4. You're adding 2. You're now at a -2.
Yeah.
Jesse, you're a +1. You had a +8, so you're at a +9. And I had a +2 today, +3 prior, which puts me at a +5. I'm hot on Jesse's trail. I don't think I've ever been this far in the positives. I'm pretty excited here.
I'm excited that I'm no longer in that basement.
And you got 3 strokes on fucking Petey, man. Like that's pretty good.
He pulled it out too in the last hole. I had 2 strokes on him and fucking.
You hit a massive bomb drive.
Yeah.
That was your best shot all day.
All day.
You were struggling with your driver for the most part. Then you just decided to pull it out, and then I missed the fucking bogey putt.
It's all good. I'd take that +1 with a tie with you any day, Jesse. No problem.
It's not a bad thing.
No, because I didn't chirp at all.
I'm not really worried about you. It was more
Yosh. No, Yosh wasn't chirping at all again today.
You didn't chirp again, and you didn't lose. So it's it seems like this is a thing.
Trend.
Yeah, it's a trend. Exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
When you chirp, you lose. When you don't chirp, you don't
lose.
Yeah, you don't necessarily win, but you don't lose. So, all right, guys, that's pretty well the show. We got to do the last thing. We'll start up with our bitch, Mr. Jesse. How was your drink?
With the new vamped MVP.
Yeah, the new vamped MVP. Very good. Good stuff.
I'd like to try it, yo. I'd like to try it, Jesse. Are we going to get that again or what?
No, we're not. But it's going to be in stores, the new recipe, fairly soon. And they're still doing that 5% donate towards
that's awesome.
Sports organizations. And the new recipe with the corn is good. Very, very good. So
nice.
Definitely look for it in your store soon. Should be there.
I will. I'll definitely buy a box of MVP just because.
Alrighty, so Kev,
Nope.
well, you don't want it?
No.
To me, bro.
Why?
It's got to go in order. Got to go in booze
Josh.
order.
Alrighty, Josh. What beer did you have? Because you were just talking about the.
Well, no, I did talk about my beer as well. So it started off with I had a little sipper of the old Murphy's Law caramel here. Had a nice little glass of that throughout the show. And then I also
Kev's hoodie.
Kev's rocking the hoodie. As I said, we went on a tour. Check out the social media for some photos and stuff of our time at Murphy's Law. But afterwards, as I mentioned before, we went to a brewery down the road called Rural Roots in Elmira. This is called Sailor's Delight. It is very fruity. It's a 6%er. Pretty good stuff. I enjoyed it. Liked it a lot. I'm going to continue to drink it. I'm almost done here, so it's good. 6%, good for middle of the road today. Plus the Murphy's Law, so maybe bumps it up a little bit, but we'll still give Kev the imported championship today. How was your drink, Kev?
That's twice that I had the strongest so far.
Only twice?
Only twice so far.
Oh my god, I've had one so many times I don't even count.
No, whatever. Now this is an imported from Holland. It is an 86, which we all know back in the day with our cooking experience. An 86 is what?
Don't got none.
That's right. So I had an 86 original extra strong beer and an 8.6 as well. I like it. It was like got a nice little cat or some kind of wolf or something there on the front. Decent, liked it. It is strong. After like today's golf game, I'm back to where we were then, dude. I'm right on ripped. Like it, love it. Do it again. 86.
Attaboy, Kev. 8.6 takes the cake today. Even though it's imported, it's not a local beer.
Whatever. Just be ready for next week, boys. I got another few strong ones.
Oh shit! He's
ready.
He's warning us now. Now he's warning us when he's got a big heavy hitter.
Like if you're bringing all these heavy hitters, why aren't you challenging more?
I don't have to.
Fishing people.
Dude, man, I had that lure out there and Josh was about to bite, but I knew for a fact if Pedro was on the episode, he would have bitten on that like a motherfucker and he would have lost.
I'm just saying, man, you need to keep making bolder claims so that we can try and challenge you on other stuff.
Yeah, Kev. Get drunk and make stupid decisions.
I am no longer in the basement. That's my
Yep, that's Petey's territory now. He's the basement dweller for sure. As long as you don't fuck up. Kev, really, if you get another good golf round, that's going to be another point or two, right?
Well, we figured that with next week, Jesse and I will go out, and because it's just Jesse and I, it's going to be awesome because Jesse wins, he gets 2. If I don't win, I get 1.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
How does that mean no?
I love
1 and 0 would be.
What do you mean 1 and 0?
1 and 0.
Well, we did. If there's the 3 of us, it's 2, 1, 0. If it's just going to be just Jesse and I, it should be a 2 and a 1.
No,
you guys are not there.
Somebody's got to have a 0 or a minus.
No, I disagree, Jesse.
Oh, so the minus comes here, not when it's a 3-person.
That's right.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. We'll have to talk with PD on that one. We'll have to get the we'll vote on the full ruling on that. That sounds like free points if you just go with 2 guys.
Exactly.
So if I just go by myself, I'm like, hey boys, I went out and played today. I got 2 points. Like I got to play 4 times a week. Come in. All right, guys, I got 16 points this week. Played a bunch of rounds by myself. Fuck, I was good.
That was good. I shot an 89.
I won with a 130.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, fuck. All right. Well, for you 2 goops, my boy Kev, my boy Jesse, and our other boy who's MIA today, back in Newfoundland taking care of his baby, PD. I'd like to thank everybody for listening. Please subscribe on YouTube, right up in here. Wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff, or Apple Podcasts, I should say. It's not a music show. It's not music. Google Podcasts, you do there. Go there. Give us a like, a follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, @PointsPenalties. And until next week, stay out of the penalty box.